Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about the LYS Beauty, which stands for Love Yourself Beauty. I want to talk to you about their foundation, their Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I do have it on right now. I'm going to show you guys a demo so you guys can see it being applied. But first, let's get into some of the details. So this retails for $22, which I think is a great price. It's much more affordable than a lot of clean beauty brands and just brands available at Sephora. Now, LYS Beauty is exclusive at Sephora. Of course, you can also get it on the LYS Beauty website, but they don't carry it in any other stores besides Sephora. And this is described as an ultra luxe serum foundation that effortlessly conceals blemishes, dark spots, and imperfections with skincare benefits and buildable light to medium coverage. So this is supposed to give a light to medium coverage. I definitely agree with that. So I am gonna go ahead and insert a demo right now. So initially, my thoughts on this is that it blends into the skin beautifully, so beautifully. It blends in seamlessly. It really just kind of like melts into the skin. This is described as a serum type of foundation. I do want to say I feel like it's a little bit thicker of a formula than I would think when I think like serum. Now this is a very light formula. This is not thick, I would say, by any means. It's not thick, but I would say, I don't know, the name serum makes me think of something that would be even lighter, I guess. But as far as how it like blends into the skin, it's very lightweight feeling, like a serum. And I do think that it gives a light to medium coverage depending on what you have to cover up. I do think that you can build this up to a medium coverage with one application. It is that light coverage. When you do that second application, I think it definitely gives close to a medium coverage. Now for me, I do have a lot of like hyperpigmentation spots to cover up, so I feel like it takes me a little bit more product to get that medium coverage, or at least I have to do that second application in order to get medium coverage. But I do think that it is buildable to medium coverage. I mean, here we go. You can still see like some of my spots underneath, but I do think it is a nice medium coverage, and honestly on a day-to-day basis I love this kind of coverage. I feel like it looks beautiful. It's not super heavy, like just full coverage, which I do like sometimes, but I think that this is just a really nice amount of coverage. I think it looks absolutely beautiful when you first apply it. I do want to say, I'm going to show you guys up close, it does look a bit heavy after some time. Like initially when you first apply it, it does not look heavy at all. It just looks so skin-like. And you know, this can also depend on the person. Just because this happens to me, it might not happen to you. That's the thing about like makeup and even skincare too, is like it works so differently for everybody. Even if you have the same skin type, it can just work totally different on different people, you know what I mean? So for me, it does get heavy. I thought it was because like the first time that I used this, I thought maybe it was getting like kind of like cakey looking or patchy. I thought that was because it was like cold outside, so I thought it was more like drying, which because it does look drying. But I've just been inside and it's still doing that thing where it gets a little bit like dry looking around like the chin area. Honestly, maybe if you only do one layer, maybe it wouldn't do that as much. I did apply 2 layers. But I don't know. So that's the one complaint that I would have about it, is it does look very like obvious after time. But initially, again, like it looks absolutely beautiful. You might not have this issue, but yeah, it just looks heavy like around my mouth area for the most part. My mouth and like under my nose. Honestly, around the cheeks, I feel like it still looks quite nice. And the forehead, I think it looks nice there as well. It's really just like mostly around the mouth and the nose area. Really mostly around the mouth here where it looks like dry. So that's kind of the one thing I feel like doesn't work for me. This is supposed to be good for normal, dry, and combination skin type. I have combination acne-prone skin, and my skin does get a little bit more dry with the colder weather, and as it's been getting colder, I feel like my skin has been a little bit more dry. But it's supposed to be good for dry skin as well. Some of the key benefits or key ingredients in here are ashwagandha, and that's supposed to help with like combating skin stress and visible signs of aging. This also has hyaluronic acid in here, which you probably are aware of hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is supposed to help with like locking in moisture. And then there's also turmeric turmeric in here, which is an anti-inflammatory ingredient. This is supposed to provide antioxidant protection. It also has avocado oil in here. It helps to retain the skin's moisture for the appearance of a revitalized and firmer looking complexion. This is what it says on their website, while providing antioxidant benefits. So also something about LYS Beauty. This is a Black-owned woman company, and their whole mission is to really incorporate more of those shades and not exclude people. Incorporate more of those shades from the start. I do think that is an issue that we have within like conscious beauty brands, where they don't like come out with more shades from the start, and I think that's a problem. I think that needs to change. I think they need to include more of those shades from the very beginning, right when they launch a product, because it's not right when it leaves out a lot of people, and it only does like those lighter skin tones. I mean, that's just, it's not gonna work. That's not okay. They do need to come out with more shades. So the fact that LYS Beauty is a Black-owned woman company and they are making sure not to exclude anybody, they come out with a lot of shades from the start. And guys, they have a lot of shades for this foundation. I want to count them real quick to tell you how many there are. So this foundation comes in 35 shades. So that's awesome. They definitely have a great selection of shades to choose from. I have this in the shade LN6, which the N stands for neutral. And let me just select the shade so I can tell you the exact description for it. So it is a light nude shade. It is described as light skin with neutral undertones. So that is the shade that I have. I think that it's a perfect match for me. I didn't even blend it down the neck, which I should have, but I feel like it still like matches really well. There's not like that obvious difference, but definitely you should probably just blend it down the neck normally, make sure it's even. But this shade is really, really nice. Now I did do a full face, or mostly full face, of LYS Beauty on my channel as well. If you guys want to see me demo more of the products, because I am wearing other products from them today. So if you wanted to see my thoughts on those products and learn more about them and see me demo them, definitely check that video out. But I also wanted to do a little quick review for the foundation. So for me, now in that video, when I originally tried it, I did say that I like it. I do think it is beautiful, which I do still stand by that. But for me personally, I just don't think it's going to work, because every time that I use it, it really just does look like heavy around my mouth. And while I do think that it looks nice on the cheeks and the forehead, it's just, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it work, because every time I do use it, it does just look heavy here. Maybe I should just try applying one layer. Sometimes that doesn't give me the amount of coverage that I want. Sometimes I just want a little bit more coverage than that. But yeah, I do think it is beautiful, and I think it could work great for some people. I feel like it has a bit of that like blurring effect a little bit, and it just looks so skin-like and beautiful, absolutely beautiful, as you could probably tell from the demo when you first apply it. I'd say it gives a natural finish. It's not gonna look super dewy, but it's also not gonna be matte. But and like you can still like see radiance on my skin, which I think is really nice. But yeah, it's not working for me, unfortunately. It's just getting too heavy around my mouth. If you guys have any like tips for things I could try to do that, I did moisturize prior to applying it, so I don't think it's a lack of moisturizing my skin. I think it's just not working for me. But I do think that this could work great for some people. In the video where I did talk about it, I did mention that I do think it looks beautiful, but that it does get a little bit drying. So that's kind of what I said in that video. I didn't like give my conclusion, I guess, of like if it's something that I really like and that works for me. But the thing is, I do like it, but it just doesn't quite work for me. Like, it looks good on the cheeks, but it's just, I just don't think I'll feel comfortable wearing this when it looks like this. And this is after like 30 minutes of wearing it probably, and it's just already looking cakey. So for me, it's not a win. I do think it is a beautiful formula. They do kind of incorporate those like skincare ingredients in here, which I think is really nice. But I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are. I do think that LYS has some absolutely beautiful products. I love that they come out with a lot of shades from the very start. So I am impressed with this brand. I have really enjoyed some of their other products, but this one is it's just not working for me. As far as just how it kind of sets eventually. But yeah, so I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on it. Have you tried this? Are you interested in trying this? You know, you may have a very different experience than me, but I just wanted to share my experience. So if you do have a similar skin type to me, again, I have combination acne prone skin, maybe it would work similarly for you, but honestly it definitely can be different for everybody. But hopefully this kind of gave you an idea about the product. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and if you guys do want to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all for my next video. Bye guys.